There are so many stars visible in New Mexico. I will walk out there to get a better look.
If you decide and I get to be a lawyer, I'll do everything in my power to be worthy of the name McGill.
I knew you could do it. I knew you
That
had
was
it in
so
you. I
great.
mean, yes, they have to reinstate you. Now, right? They just
Yeah,
have
did
to.
you see those suckers? That one asshole was crying. He had actual tears. Jesus, Kim. And you were right. You were right. It was all about Chuck. The whole time.
Oh, Mr. McGill, you're still here. There's some good news.
Just believe me, I already know.
Oh, good. Then if you want to come with me to the office, there's some paperwork for you to sign.
Absolutely. Let's do this thing. Oh, and sweetheart, I'm gonna need one more form. DBA, because I'm not gonna be practicing under the name McGill, so.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just down the hall, we have all the forms.
Great.
Wait, Jimmy, what?
It's all good, man.
Godfather. Welcome to the Binge List. It's with a heavy heart that I review Winner, episode 10 of Better Call Saul, season 4. Everybody put in an appearance today. Chuck, Ernie, oh my God, even Gail made an appearance. But it's been a long, wild ride, and it's finally over. And we see that definitely Jimmy's on the verge of being Saul Goodman. I really don't see how much longer they can go with this show. I mean, really didn't have anything left unsaid. I mean, there's some things with some characters like Lalo and Nacho, and even Mike. I can see him having a part in next season. Very limited though, because what more can you do with the hole in the ground? I mean, obviously they're going to make the dig team carry on, probably with Kai as the lead. We got Kim probably on the verge of leaving Jimmy. She just sees how callous he's become. And Jimmy is just beyond redemption. I mean, his total dismissal of what it is about himself that turned off the board, the licensing board, I should say. It just shows you how far he's fallen from that loving brother we saw in the opening. Because as you can see, Jimmy brought out the best in Chuck. I mean, who else could get him karaoke singing, right?
Building me a home, thinking I'd be strong there, but I was a fool, playing by the rules. The gods may throw the dice, their minds as cold as ice, and someone way down here loses someone dear.
Just the way that Chuck cared for Jimmy shows you how much he loved Jimmy and how Jimmy could affect people. I mean, putting the trash can by the bed so that when he got hung over and threw up, he'd be okay. And the water, so he wouldn't get dehydrated. It just, those little touches just revealed to me that Jimmy has a way to affect people. But the fact that he can't feel the same way toward those same people just shows you how depraved he is and how obsessed he is with being this winner that, you know, he talked about in the song. A song that I have to say I didn't recognize. I may be old, but apparently I'm not old as Bob Odenkirk or Michael McKean. So, and Michael McKean does have a great voice. Of course, you know, he was in Spinal Tap, according to what I've read. He's an actual singer, so great voice, great scene, opening scene. Like I said, I was happy to see Ernie back. I'm hoping he got some kind of job at another law firm, or maybe even Howard hired him back. Speaking of Howard, he didn't have much to do this season. Feel bad for him, but great actor. But I actually found the stuff with Jimmy this episode to be the least interesting things that was going on. I thought the stuff with Warner was actually more interesting. Jimmy was basically running the whole Huel scam again. This thing where he's trying to spread the word to people that he's such a good guy with Kim's help. That was just a Huel scam all over again, and was a little bit less funny and less interesting than the Huel scam. Because you didn't have Jimmy acting on the phone with the ADA, which was very funny. So it was okay, I guess. Like I said, with a lot of these schemes this season, a little bit far-fetched. Jimmy spending $23,000 to dedicate that library. But, you know, it worked out for him. I was happy on one hand because I think they unjustly took away his, you know, made him wait another year to be able to appeal for your law license. I just was happy that he got out of that jam, but at the same time, the lengths him and Kim went to actually get him out of that jam was kind of ludicrous. But anyway, moving on, the whole tracking of Warner showed you Mike at his best. Poor Fred at Travel Wire, though, right? This teenage kid's just doing his job, and he gets caught up in this thing. And he gets killed by Lalo, who I said over and over again, complete lunatic. Lalo was some kind of ninja, apparently, because he shimmies up a wall, goes through the tiles in the ceiling while the guy's on the phone. Okay. Kind of scratching the feeling of disbelief I had in this episode. I mean, the Salamanca twins had the same problem, you know, so I'll accept it. I love this show so much that I'll accept it. But the whole tracking of Warner, I think Mike tricking Lalo by driving into the parking lot and messing up the little meter was just genius. Where does Mike get all these schemes that these techniques? I mean, he seems more of a criminal than a former cop. Or maybe he got it from dealing with former criminals, or maybe he just is that smart. But man, the whole thing with Lalo tracking Warner down, that was scary. He was scarily effective. Mike just happened to be a little bit more effective, and well, of course, Mike had the good fortune of having a few more hours to track Warner than he did. But I was just so infuriated by Warner and his total naivete. Naivete, is that the word? He just so naive as a character, so loving at the same time, but so naive. I just wanted to strangle him when he was on the phone with Lalo. Just, oh my God. You just had to know at that point that Gus was going to just execute this guy. I mean, well, what else could he do? I mean, he's just a liability. And he just could not see it until that last moment. He thought he had built up this friendship with Mike, and that Mike wouldn't kill him. But whoa, was he wrong? And I just felt bad for Mike, because Mike is as bad as Mike has become. Mike is not a killer at heart. I mean, he was a dirty cop, but I can't really say he was a killer. He's good at killing, but you know, the whole thing with him getting the innocent guy killed when he robbed the Hector's food truck was an example of that. This guy does not kill for. He's not like Hector. He doesn't kill for the sake of killing. But he does. He will do what he has to do. But I thought overall, great finale to a wonderful season. They had a little fan service with Gail. I don't understand why Gail was even there. I think that kind of was kind of unbelievable that Gus would have him in that hole. Why would he have Gail in that hole? I mean, the only reason why they would have Gail in that hole was because they wanted to remind you, hey, remember Gail was here this season, y'all. I know y'all like seeing him. We're here. Here's some more of Gail. It's a funny scene, but totally out of character for Gus. But like I said, it was a great episode. Kind of depressed that we have to wait another year. Hopefully they won't make us wait 2 years like a lot of these other shows do. But like I said, there's still unanswered questions. I don't think they ever answered. They had the flashback with Jimmy in his law office, and he was, digging out the wall for a box. Did they ever explain what was in that box? Maybe I missed it. If you know, let me know in the comments. We also don't know what happens with Jimmy in the flash forward after he passes out and then goes home and all of that. In fact, I don't even remember what I got to go back and watch. Let's see what happened in that scene, the last flash forward scene, because I don't really remember. But we have that to continue with next season. Ultimately, we want to know what happens with Jimmy after his Breaking Bad days. We want to know what happens with Nacho. Something clearly bad happens to him. And we want to know what happens with Lalo, because both Nacho and Lalo were not in Breaking Bad. So apparently something very bad happened to them. Or maybe Lalo just went back to Mexico. Who knows? But there's still a few questions that are not answered. We're pretty sure what's going to happen with Kim. We don't know the particulars, but we know that she's going to leave Jimmy, or she's going to be jailed or something of that nature. So we do have a few open ends. Like I said, we got to see how the dig team works out the rest of the lab without Warner. That's a very minor thing. That's something they could very easily gloss over. So not much left for next season, but there is a little bit, and it can be very interesting if they play their cards right. But that's about it, guys. And if you've been watching every episode, thank you for watching, and just know that I will be working on some other shows. I've been binge watching. Maybe I shouldn't say, because I don't even know if I'm going to do a show on this, but I'm watching The Man in High Castle, and I will be watching Daredevil Season 3, which is coming out on October 19th. So if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. There'll be some more episodes. And it's going to be hard because there's not many shows left that you don't binge. And it's kind of hard to binge a show and do a show every episode. But what I can say is I'll probably binge watch and just do maybe one big episode for each one. I don't know yet, but just stay tuned. And like I said, thanks for watching, and I will see you when I see you.